the cheap Temu Saw versus the expensive Bahco Laplander. Alright, let's take a look at these saws, guys. I bought this from Temu, and I think I paid just like $5 or $6 for it. And this is a Bahco Laplander that is slightly used. It's not the one that I carry with me most of the time. This was just recently given to me, and it does have a little bit of use, but not much. But to compare these two saws, first the Bahco. Okay, this one is much more expensive. I think these run about 40 bucks, if I remember right, here in the US. The blade is seated tight in there. It doesn't wiggle. Once it's in, it stays in on this one anyway. When you press the button and open it up, it clicks into place and the blade stays right there. There's very, very little play in that, okay? Looking at this one, okay? This is the cheap Temu. As you can see, the blade automatically is wiggling in the handle, okay? Big deal to you? Maybe, maybe not. But it's not seated tight, and I haven't tried to tighten this screw up. I probably could have done that and I didn't. Open it up. It has some play in it. You can probably hear that. Okay, it's moving just a little bit. Not a lot, but it is moving. Okay, so it's not as tight as what the Bahco is. Another thing about the Bahco, it does come with a lanyard, the other one doesn't, but the construction of this one, you can see everything is flush right here. And I noticed on this other saw, this cheaper one, that black area and the white area don't quite meet up. This is like a rubber grip that's on there. The white is just a plastic, but the craftsmanship is just not quite as good on this one as it is on the Bahco. The length, that's about 9 inches or so. That is just a little bit larger. So if size matters to you, there you go. When it comes to bushcraft, this one will pack easier than this one. Okay, one other thing about these saws is you can see that the cheap one from Temu seemed to be more aggressive. It seems like a more aggressive blade. It is a thicker blade. See if I can get that to where you can see the thickness of them. Not really. Anyway, it is a thicker blade with more aggressive teeth. All right, so let's make a couple of cuts, see how they do. As I cut down this stick, the pieces will get smaller, so the number of strokes is not as critical as the actual cut that it has. I'm not gonna try to give it everything I got. I'm just gonna try to make it a fair test. Okay, my opinion, I still like the Bahco. I think the thinner blade on it allows it to cut a little bit better than what the thicker blade does. Even though this cheap one has more aggressive teeth on it, it didn't seem to cut as well for me anyway. Again, though, it does cut. I don't know how long it'll last. This is kind of a buy once, cry once. This is you can buy 10 of them basically, and you know, have about the same amount of money invested. So the choice is really up to you. I still like the Bahco, but a cheap saw will do the trick. So thanks guys for watching here at Bullhornbeach. Until next time, get out in the woods, cut a tree.